Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Yetta Pearl. I'm so glad that you've decided to join me today. So this is your full moon reading for June 24th, 2021. So it will cover the 2 weeks or so following the full moon. So I consulted with some of the experts online because I am not an astrologer nor an astronomer. I know very little about that kind of stuff, but that affects all of us, right? So I checked to see what they're kind of saying that this full moon means for all of us. So it relates to good fortune. So yay, right? To optimism. So some of us have been feeling a bit down, but now everything is rising up a bit more and helping us to feel more positive. It's about generosity. And so this is generosity of spirit. You know, normally we think generosity, we think of money or things or whatever, but this is also of spirit, that we just are more open to other people. It's also about success and ambition. And it's about honesty. So let's just stay as honest as we possibly can. And it's about spirituality. So this is our own inner growth that we're talking about here. Okay, which of these is it? Okay, there we go. And so being true to yourself, your spirituality, finding your inner growth. This is also about finding balance between career and family. So some people in the world have been working extra hard, and it's time to make a little bit of a balance in that way. Family needs you to be home a little bit more. For some people, it's the other way around, that you haven't been working as much as you want to be. And so now's the time. Things are going to come into balance a little bit more. It's time right now to really explore expressing our feelings, but we'll need to be careful about that. Some of those feelings are pretty raw. We don't really know what they are yet, or how they will come out when we start saying it. So, you might want to go outside and express those feelings to the trees first, right? Before we, get to know what it actually feels like before you talk about it, and potentially maybe hurt somebody else, right? So this is a really great time to work on relationships. Relationships can come back into balance now with this full moon energy. So that feels really good. So this is a general reading. Any parts of this that do not resonate with you, that's fine. Just leave them. They're for somebody else. But I hope that you find lots that does resonate with you. Okay, so let's see what the angels are saying for you today for your Virgo guidance this time. So hang on one second here. Okay. This looks pretty good. So let's start here. So who do you need to forgive? There's something within you, and it feels like for some of you this is kind of a worldwide thing. This is, the world situation has you frustrated and angry, and you want to stomp your feet. It's only because you're an adult that you're not, right? So your angels are saying that it's time to go stomp your feet. Not at anybody. So they want you to be alone. It will be helpful if you're in nature, and actually go kind of lose your temper, right? Release that anger. Whatever's in there, let yourself be a volcano. It's kind of funny because I just finished saying this out loud in Leo's reading as well, and have actually said it a few times in the last couple of weeks. So there's a lot of global angst building up, right? So anytime that even if you're not aware of it, because we're so conditioned to not have any anger, we're not allowed to show our anger, right? So we stuff it down, and sometimes we don't even know we're doing that. It's such a habit. We're just doing it and not even realizing. So go be alone somewhere. Nobody can see you, nobody can hear you, and stomp your feet and yell and scream and be loud. So I'm feeling this feeling coming up from the pit of my stomach. It almost feels a little bit nauseous, right? Like really yell and really get that deep stuff out, right? It doesn't feel good. I have done this. This is personal experience talking. And while you're doing it, you just feel like you're gross and you're ugly. And thank goodness you're alone, because you really wouldn't want to show that face to anybody else. But that's the reason for being alone, is so that there's nothing to hold you back, right? So let all that stuff out. Yell and scream at somebody if there's somebody in particular that's part of this. They're not there. You can't hurt them. So good. It can only hurt you if you keep all that garbage inside, right? So do that several times over the next couple of weeks and really, really get rid of all that old anger. And you're going to find that life is just easier. You will feel more like your head isn't so heavy, like you can take a deep breath, like you can hold your head up and your shoulders back, and that's a relaxed state for you. And then that makes it so that in general, your vibration is higher. And so that having a higher vibration is what brings your desires to you. And so just life in general improves so much when you get rid of that heavy old garbage that you've got stacked up inside. And then once you've done that, then your light can shine. Then you can really shine. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And so this forgiveness that they're talking about here, I find it's almost always self-forgiveness. As soon as you understand that you were doing your best and that you can forgive yourself for the things that you thought were probably mistakes or whatever, then you find that it's much easier to forgive other people as well for the roles that you thought that they hurt you or they did something that you wish they hadn't or whatever. And so it all just becomes easier and it becomes more in the flow, and life in general is just easier. So yeah, that was beautiful. Okay. There's a lot of support for you. So what is it that you've been wanting to do lately, and that you're thinking of for coming up? It feels like it hasn't really started yet, although for some of you, you might have just begun. So whatever it is that you're trying to do or you're trying to create, what is this? It feels like trying to clean things up in your life, right? So for some of you, that's quite literally doing spring cleaning, getting the cobwebs out and the dust out of the corners and organizing things, purging things, which feels amazing, by the way. And for some of you, this is other things, like could be projects at work. It could be a, if you're an entrepreneur, it could be a new direction you want to take your company, your business. There is a lot of support for you. So all the time, there is always your angel guidance support, always. They never leave you. You just have to ask and then get out of your own way and listen to receive the answer. And allow, the good stuff to come to you, right? Get out of your own way is a really good saying. It's also the people around you. So can you see like there's so many people worldwide who are happy to help you. And these days, worldwide is not an exaggeration, right, Virgo? Like we can contact people around the world even when we have never met them. And so for some of you, this is what this is. This is a global thing. And so you'll want to get working through your channels that you've already established, through your people that you know, through the other businesses and other companies that you've been interacting with. Some of them are government agencies. And you want to broach your idea, put it out there a little bit, even if just one portion of the aspect of it, right? And ask how other people and businesses and other things can collaborate with you to bring this all together and make it a full-fledged going concern. That's really what this feels like. Yeah, for other people, this is, there are people around you who are willing to support you. You know, if you need a day off, you need somebody to look after your daily responsibilities, there are people available to do that. You have to ask. You have only to ask. It's beautiful. You have this enormous support system, which you created. And so you can pat yourself on the back for that, because you have created these relationships which make it so that people are there for you, right? So it feels kind of like it's your turn to receive. So whenever you're in need, that is there for you, that support. Okay, beautiful. Remember to ask for your divine guidance, right? So things that you do have on the go that you want to develop, that you need, or, you know, they're not giving me specifics in this particular thing. They are saying, though, that every single thing that you do, there is divine guidance available to you, right? So feel free to ask for that. And then, you know, you kind of have to, when you've asked a question, now the question is out there already. It's already gone to your angels. It's a very different vibration to receive the answer. So once you've asked the question, then kind of relax, step back, and say, okay, now I will just wait until the answer comes to me. And that way you are receptive, and the answer can actually get to you. So that's something that some of you, they're telling me some of you are really good at that, and they're congratulating you for that. And some people are still learning that. And so you got this, they say. You can definitely get this. No worries. No problem. Okay. Where do you want me to go next, angels? Okay, here. They want to talk about male energy, young male energy. So for some of you, this is specific. This is not going to resonate with everyone. They're just saying that right off the bat. Your son. So some people who have a son. Okay. I'm just trying to listen for the answer, angels. So I'm seeing a young boy playing, kind of oblivious to us watching, and just enjoying himself. He's learning his world, and he's doing just fine. There are no threats immediately around him. He is safe, and he's learning. So we need to step back and simply observe. We're there to hold space, right? We are not there to make him conform, make him do anything in any particular way. We are only there to keep him safe. He's learning absolutely fine. Back up a little bit, because it's fine. They're giving me the term helicopter parent. It's time for you to be able to relax a little bit and allow your children, so now they're saying children, not specifically son, but allow your children and those other people around you. It's time to relax a bit and give yourself a break, is what they're saying first. I'm seeing you take a deep breath and, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to be so vigilant, right? And that feels good once you step into it. And just let those children learn at their own pace in the way they will. You don't need to be always pushing them. You don't need to be always supervising them. Yeah, and that's to the benefit of the children as well as to the benefit of you. So okay, and they're telling me distinctly that this is only for some of you. Some of you are absolutely not doing this already, and that's good. Okay, so there's the flip side as well. There's some of you who maybe haven't been paying quite as much attention as you could to your kids. Either way, they are safe. I'm really seeing that there's that buffer zone around them, that there's no threats there whatsoever. But there's safety there. But you need to just oversee a little bit more, just so that you're aware. It's like for some of you there's a lack of awareness there. So okay. And so here, it's almost, interesting. It's almost the opposite. So this here is assertiveness. And this is talking about for your own self. So that energy where you've been ultra protecting your kids or your property or your something, you've been a little bit obsessive with that. It's time to pull that maybe away from them a little bit and a little bit more towards yourself. There's somebody who's been disrespecting you a little bit, or they're deaf to you, right? They're not hearing what you're saying, and so you are being not heard. Your light is not able to shine in that way as hard as you're trying. It's time for you to be assertive. And so whatever it is that's going on, that there's either something being forced upon you that you don't want to do. You're not necessarily forced. It's what is that energy? It's like peer pressure, like really strong peer pressure. And there's something there that you really don't want to do, but you're feeling like you're being really pushed in that direction. It's time to stand up and just say, no, I don't think so. Or no, I don't want to. Or that's not for me. Or, whatever it is. There's also, the other side of that where you need to absolutely stand for your own self and not really push, but be assertive and refuse to back down as you are presenting your beliefs and ideas. It's not that you're trying to convince anybody else of that. It's that you don't want to be run all over with your beliefs, right? Yeah. So it's time for you to take a stand for your own self. And that will feel really good. So I'm feeling kind of a tension, anxiety about it. Shoulders are kind of tense and up around my ears. And so it's unfamiliar in a lot of ways, but it's time. It's time to state what your beliefs are. Yes. Okay. And so all of this, knowing that you have all the support from your angel team as well as your human people team, that you're releasing all this old makes it so that you can be assertive and you can feel safe while you're doing it. And you know that your children are safe while you're stepping back and allowing them, right? All of that leads to this absolute dream world. Like, what a lot of enchantment. Things are all going your way. It all feels really good. It feels like fresh air. It feels like a lack of consequences for, that's not the right word. So it's like if you have responsibilities that suddenly you get to kind of not have them for the day or something like that. That freedom that it just feels amazing. Sorry, I'm struggling for words. They give me the feeling of it, and then I have to translate it and find the actual words that'll say the concept. Anyway, it's a remarkable feeling, and this is kind of the end result of being aware of all the angel guidance, all the people guidance, that you're standing up for yourself, that you're forgiving yourself, and that you're letting go of all your angst, that you know everybody's protected in your world. And it leads to this contentment. Enchantment is a really good word. Like it's sparkly in the air, right? And it just feels amazing. So that's beautiful for you, Virgo. So let's do one card, take one card here from the daily guidance deck. See what last thought your angels want to leave you with. Ground yourself. Okay, so now we're back to going outside, doing things outdoors. When you go outside and you're going to do your releasing from your gut, all the angst, all the everything, get really grounded. So take off your socks and shoes and put them in the earth and really feel the earth. Hug the trees. Really feel how it feels to be absolutely connected to Mother Earth. And knowing that she's got you protected, she's got you covered, you just are straight up and down, and nobody can tip you over. It's an amazing feeling. So it feels very much like you have not been grounding lately, and so try and remind yourself to do that. Use some petrified wood if you have some. There's this great big piece that I have here that was a gift for me, and that I use it daily to help me be grounded. And so if you don't have to have a great big piece like this, obviously. Even a little piece will be fine, and it'll help you be grounded. Okay, that's lovely. Okay, let's leave that there, Virgo. I will ask if you will help the world become grounded as well. We'll leave it on this petrified wood for right now. And we'll just beam some beautiful light to the world, and some compassion and love. And we'll just enjoy knowing that everything is being purified as we send this. Wow, thank you so much, Virgo. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will talk to you again soon.